everyone. This is BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we're going to be talking about the dangers of self-sabotage. Welcome to Coffee Thoughts. I'm here with my co-host, Ms. Francine Gregory, tech diva and real estate entrepreneur. And we are so glad to be here this morning. I'm Terralina from California Cover-Ups, and we want to welcome you to our show. So get your favorite source of hydration, your water, your tea, whatever it is that you do in the morning, your coffee, and let's just sit back and have a little conversation about what it is we need to do to stop self-sabotaging ourselves. Good morning, friend.
Good morning. And there are many different forms of self-sabotage that, as we talked about on a previous episode, there are several different kinds of self-sabotage. But before I go there, I want to say thank you for everybody watching live, those watching on the replay. Share this with someone, subscribe to the YouTube page, and as Terry said, we're going to get started. So one of the things that is an issue, there are several things that can cause self-sabotage. And Terry, did you have the definition of self-sabotage up?
I did, but because my
no problem. Self-sabotages are things that you are doing either knowingly or unknowingly to keep you from an outcome that maybe you decided that you wanted. You wanted to go to a particular destination, but there's always something coming up. One of the things that comes to mind is like, okay, summer vacation, and we all want to go on summer vacation, and everybody's geared to go, but the kids get sick, and then that sabotaged the summer vacation, so to speak. So, it's over with because the kids got sick. Well, why did the kids get sick? Maybe Johnny was faking the flu because he didn't want to go to wherever the destination was.
Oh my gosh.
It happens. It really does happen.
It does happen.
But more often than not, our words are a source of self-sabotage. So that family who had a history of the kids getting sick when they go on vacation, their self-sabotage is the words that they keep speaking out of their mouth. The kid's gonna get sick. It never fails. When it's time for family vacation, the kids get sick. Well, that's self-sabotage. You are out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So your words can be a source of self-sabotage for you. What are you really saying out of your mouth?
What are you putting out there?
And the thing that you are saying out of your mouth is coming out of your heart or your belief.
And it's convincing you to look for it and attract it.
Expect it. It is telling you to expect it. That thought is telling you to expect that. But plan for it. It's telling you that's not what you really wanted, though. You really want to go and do the vacation and enjoy yourself, but the thought is telling you it's not going to work because what happened last time. What happened last time is one of the indicators of self-sabotage. So why can't we pick a different outcome this time?
Okay, well, now I looked up sabotage.
Okay.
And it says it's deliberately destroy, damage, or obstruct something, especially for an advantage, a political advantage or a military advantage, vandalize, wreck, damage, destroy, cripple, impair. I think the ones we want are like obstruct, impair, incapacitate.
Well, and destroy something is part of the sabotage. So little Johnny had, faking the flu. I'm just going to disrupt that whole thing.
Wreck all the plans.
So, and the forms of self-sabotage are so subtle.
Mm-hmm.
One, we talked about your words. Well, how are your words being, how, the words you speak are a result of what's in your heart. What's in your heart is what you truly believe. Some people call it your subconscious. That is what you truly believe. Nobody's going to convince you of it differently. Well, it happens all the time. It happens all, and you just keep saying it over and over and over, and that merry-go-round keeps going around and around and around and around and around and around, and it's not changing because what you believed about it's not going to work every single time, you have exactly what you say. That is what you believe. So you're not getting any new information in there. And that particular, your words that are against what you believe are a form of self-sabotage, which also is, your words are a factor in self-sabotage. Your self-talk, what you believe about yourself, what you believe about any particular situation, whatever it is that you believe about that particular thing is either going to be for you or against you, but you chose that thought. You chose that. You chose that.
Mm-hmm. You decided that that's where you want to go because your mind, your actions will follow your thoughts. Your thoughts become words, and then your words become actions. And the next thing you know, you're in the middle of it.
And you're sitting at home, not at vacation.
Exactly. And the things that cause self-sabotage include fear of just being successful. In business, sometimes we have a fear of our business just exploding into this phenomenal success. And then the questions become, we begin to self-sabotage because we're the fear of, will my friends still like me? Will they still, feel the same way toward me? Let's talk about NBA players. Okay, they were all cool. They were going to the family reunions as kids. Everything was everything. We all cousins. Now I come to the family reunion and the conversation is different. Man, I know this ain't nothing to somebody like you, but I'm like 3 months behind in my rent. And I just really, like $2,400 just really set me straight. People begin to self-sabotage because they don't want to have those conversations. They don't want to be pulled on because of their successes. So foreseeing fear of what it's going to do to our relationships, we begin to dumb ourselves down. We begin to, you understand what I'm saying?
Instead of changing your address. A lot of people criticize people for not coming back home. There's a reason you ain't going back home.
Okay.
Just saying. There's a reason, because in order for you to continue and be successful, you might need to get out of the environment that you grew up in. Because if you go back to the environment that you grew up in without the right armor on, or without the right mindset or the resolve, because we're going to talk about distractions in a minute, if you don't go back with the right mindset, the people in the community where you came from can convince you. Those are some same people used to call you names. Some same people who...
Listen, some of those people we can't get away from. Some of those people are our children. They live in the house with us, or our spouses. They may live in the house with us, our mothers. There are people in our lives. We have to learn how to deal with that. Does that make sense?
There's a way to deal with it. I'm serious. And it's not going to be pretty.
No.
You're going to have to stand up for yourself, and you're going to have to tell people where the boundaries are.
Exactly.
And you're going to have to know, oh, wait, use that one word sentence? No. There's going to have to be some things done differently. So self-sabotage can take on many different forms. So your words, your expectation, your fear of success is a self-sabotage. But there's also another one, and I want to bring it out here. It's distractions.
Okay.
Distractions are a form of self-sabotage. And people, you don't think of it that way, like being over occupied.
Okay.
You are so busy doing different things that, you know, if you get so busy, if I settle down, then I'm gonna fall asleep. So you keep being busy. Okay, can I keep being busy? Gotta keep being busy. And I'm doing stuff, and I'm going here, and I'm going there, and I got an appointment, and I gotta be here, and I gotta be there, and and you're like the Energizer Bunny, and you're just running and running and running, and you're so busy, you're overoccupied that you cannot hear clearly as to what you're supposed to be doing. So one form of self-sabotage, the words you speak, the fear of success, the fear of making it. Then we have distractions. And under distractions, there is the ones that and these are all self-imposed. You know, sickness is a distraction.
Ooh, okay.
Sickness is a distraction, and it is often, disease is most of the time self-inflicted.
Oh my gosh.
You know why?
Why?
Because we bring the cookies in the house. We bring the ice cream in the house. We choose the burger over the apple. We choose the fuel that we put in this body. We know what it runs on: water, green leafy vegetables, a few carbs, not a lot. We know what we're supposed to eat. But we self-sabotage by picking up a French fry, by picking up everything that is not the proper fuel for the body just because it tastes good to the taste buds.
Well, now I was listening to a TED Talk this morning about, but let me first of all talk about the definition of distraction, okay? Because you're talking about this. She said, a thing that prevents someone from giving full attention to something else. So whatever is keeping you from giving that thing your full attention, extreme agitation of the mind or emotions.
Okay, so let's break that down a little bit. That first definition, something that keeps you from giving full attention to the thing you're supposed to be doing.
Correct.
How about not knowing what you're supposed to be doing is a distraction?
That can be a total distraction.
Because you don't know what you're supposed to do.
That's why you're all over the place.
A person, where there is no vision, the people run wild. Where there is no vision, people are pinging and ponging because you have no vision. If you have no vision, if you're feeling overwhelmed, like, oh, I don't know, should I be doing this? And you're picking up the latest and greatest in everything. And I'm going to be this, and I'm going to be a pop star, and I'm going to be a rock star, to quote Coming to America. Okay, you don't know what you want to do. You don't have a vision, and therefore you are distracted. Not knowing what you're supposed to be doing is a major distraction.
Wow.
And that brings the over occupation. You're just going from here to here to here to here to here to here to here. And you're just overly occupied because you don't know the one thing that you're supposed to be doing. Oh, and that could be because you're following all these different voices that says, hey, you can make 7 figures in 6 months, just like I did. Or this is the latest and greatest thing that's going to get you paid. But you don't know your purpose. You just want to get paid. Just saying. So that's a major distraction. Not knowing what it is that you're supposed to be doing is a key key. Because if you don't know what it is, like TJ always says, you don't know your why. You're just all over the place. I'm just doing something. And until you can hone down on what it is, you should get someplace and get quiet and sit down someplace and figure out what it is that you're supposed to be doing.
And find out, why am I on this bus? Is it going where I want to go?
Being on the wrong,
just simplify it.
Being on the wrong bus is a distraction too.
Okay.
You're
so busy looking out the window. Ooh. All the time on the wrong bus.
Because you didn't pay attention to the signs, or you didn't know your destination. I'm just getting on.
You had no particular destination.
I'm just going to get on here. Let's see where the world takes us. What? Probably not a good idea.
Now you're distracted by all the stuff going by the window.
And you're still on the wrong bus.
But the view is great.
It's just not taking you to your destination. I'm like, okay. And it's bad if you take somebody else with you down that wrong road. Because they don't know where they're going either.
Well, the other thing is when you get there and you realize you're not where you want to be, you got an attitude. And you're like, but we were on this bus together. I don't understand it. All the time you said it was great. It was a great ride, but it wasn't taking you where you wanted to go, people. Okay.
Anyway, so one of the other forms of self-sabotage, we talked about sickness being a form because you're not eating right. Just saying, I'm going to leave that alone now. I'll let Robin deal with all of that on Thursday. Making your decisions, being overoccupied is not good. And then distracted people distract other people.
Truism.
The person, you decided to eat well, since we were talking about eating well, and you're going for the celery sticks and the carrots and the healthy, you're drinking water and you're eating right and you're fueling properly, and somebody brings in a box of donuts.
Or comes in with a bag of potato chips and some cookies.
They're distracted because it's okay for them to eat the donuts and cookies and stuff, but it's going to distract the whole group now. That one person was distracted. I'm going to share this distraction with the world. And they don't mean harm. I want you to understand that. They don't know they're being distracted because this was a normal course of life. I want to make sure everybody has a treat, has something to eat, and feels comfortable. We might just need to rethink the treats coming in.
Well, I think one of the things we said about self-sabotage is, not wanting to break away from how people react to you, how people feel about you. So wanting everybody to be comfortable is another form of, I can't stand out. I can't be successful because then people won't be comfortable around me.
Oh, so people pleasing is a form of distraction and self-sabotage.
Definitely.
Being overly concerned by what somebody else thinks about you, what you have to say. Are you not writing that book because you're feeling that somebody's going to think you're something because you wrote this book now? Or are you you're not putting your posts up because your post doesn't sound like somebody else's post? The reason why you do a post on Instagram, Facebook, or anything is because that was something that you were feeling for the moment and you decided to share it, not to get somebody to like it.
There you go.
You shared it because it was something, it was a part of you and you felt like sharing it. And if somebody got something out of it, hey.
It was on your heart. Or you heard something and said, that's quotable.
That was good. And you post that. because it was a aha moment for you. But some people won't share that because, oh wait, I don't think I'm gonna get a lot of likes for this. Who are we trying to please?
See, there you go. Well,
and therefore, if you're taking social media, and we're going to take a side note here, if you're using that social media to try and get likes and try to get people to like you, I think that's the wrong approach. It should be an expression of you. It should be a genuine expression of who you are, not you trying to get likes. Oh, if I post that, that'll get me likes. I'm not saying that you're not supposed to look at them and see which one, which content is a little, generated more engagement.
Yeah, we don't want to confuse them about the analytics and the insights.
No, the analytics are there so you can see which posts people engaged with most, but we're not telling you not to post the ones that don't make you. Again, you were there to post something to help, insight, something that was special to you. And I thought you might like this. And if they do, fine. If they don't, fine. The ones that you do for informational purposes, here are the 12 steps to a happier lifestyle. Okay, that's up there for a reason. Not talking about those, but there are sometimes people will shy back and not post because, oh, I don't know if I post this, will they still like me after I say this?
Or is it pretty enough? Or comparing themselves to other people's posts.
Oh, that's a distraction too. Oh, I can't go out the house today because my shoes don't look like hers.
Yes, feeling as though you're just not perfect enough. Not wanting to operate in just who you are. Always finding imperfections in yourself. Oh, I can't have a successful business because my business isn't as successful as so-and-so's, or so-and-so's doing this, and that. Always comparing yourself and then getting stuck in the rut of never being perfect. Never getting it perfect enough to leave the house, to present it to others.
But see,
does that make sense?
Yes, because we're perfectly imperfect. Mm-hmm. I have this mole on my nose. Don't ask me when I got it there because I can't remember. I just remember I got to go back, maybe look at one of my high school pictures and see if it was there. Oh, maybe go back and look at one of my baby pictures. Was it there all the time? I don't know. Mm-hmm. I just decided to stop forgetting. I was just like, whatever, it's there. And I know I don't notice it anymore.
And neither do we.
I was like, but if I were to be picky, that's why there's the, what are they? The plastic surgeons. Yes. They're making a killing and a grip because people are not happy and satisfied with who they are.
Wow.
See the gap in the teeth? See the teeth not straight? Hey, I refuse to go and have them pull all my teeth out of my mouth, put screws in and put them all back. I'm not doing all of that.
We actually talk ourselves out of not just business deals, but relationship deals. Someone decides they like you and you say, oh, you can't possibly like me. I'm too this, I'm too that. I don't have this going on. I'm flat chested. I'm too big. I'm fat. Whatever. We just come up with stuff.
And the person who had
the relationship.
The person who has curly hair, if only my hair was straight, and the person who has straight hair, if my hair was only curly, can we just be happy with who we are? Not being happy with who you are is a distraction because you are not focusing in on what you should be doing. I'm going to poke the bear here, stir up some pots. What's the other euphemism? Tip over some cows, barbecue some cows, but we're going to do this. We talked about writing books 2 years ago.
Yes, we did.
How many of you?
When we first started the business.
Yeah, 2 years ago over here on, yes, it was the end of Blab.
2014, 2015.
Yeah. So how many of you actually finished the book? And is it where we can go buy it?
Okay.
Because I finished a book, but I didn't take it. No, I didn't finish it. If it's not published, it's not finished. How about that?
Okay.
So this month we're talking about getting that book done. We're talking about, we're going to be bringing you people that can help you do that, who can give you some tips and tell you what to do next, because to help get you unstuck, help get you unstuck from not getting the book done. Because there was self-sabotage and distractions is the only reason why you didn't get that book done. It is the reason why you can't get down there and find some time to write. There are writing coaches that can help you get unstuck. You downloaded the project guide, but it's catching dust in your briefcase.
Yep.
Because perhaps there are too many things, your mind is overoccupied, and there are too many things going on in your brain. The reason why you cannot.
I think also, Francie, not just the busyness. It's people don't want to hear something from me. That's too simple. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
When if you look at the success of anything, it focuses around the fundamentals, doing the fundamentals over and over again. Jumping rope, lift your feet up off the ground and come back down. Lift your feet up off the ground.
And you have to begin, the success begins with a routine of the fundamentals, Terry. A routine of the fundamentals.
Yes.
Doing the fundamentals correctly every day.
There you go.
Okay,
open
so
the lemonade stand, people. Just make the lemonade and open the stand. Put the sign up so people know what you're selling. And do it every day.
You have to show up every day. Walmart opens their doors every day. Nordstrom's opens their doors every day. Target opens their doors every day. And if we just, I may not be in the mood or in the market to buy something from them that day, but if I went over there to buy something, I expect the doors to be open at the time that they said the doors are going to be open.
Correct.
Again, I'm going to go, I keep circling back to this point. If you don't know who you are and what you're supposed to be doing, this is going to be difficult.
There's going to be extreme agitation of the mind or emotions.
Extreme agitation of the mind or emotions because you are distracted. And it can be prevented. I wrote down some stuff that there are remedies for the distraction. Okay, so let me make sure. Let me get forms of self-sabotage are distractions and distractions acted upon. One of them was sickness. We talked about that. Another distraction that you act on that can be a harm to you is good works that you shouldn't be doing.
Okay.
You just doing a bunch of serving, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm with the Red Cross, and I'm with the and I'm over here with the this and the that, but you're not doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing because you're distracted by doing good. Good is the enemy to great.
That is a mouthful right there. Good is the enemy to great.
And you got so many good works going on, but it's not the right thing you should be doing. So you don't have time to do the right thing because you're so busy doing everything.
Ooh.
And trying to be everything to everybody.
Which is why you're on the wrong bus.
Oh, Because you wasn't looking?
You were not paying attention. You did not go to the front of your own line. You're so busy asking them, well, what bus are you taking?
Can I help you get on your, okay, let me get you on your bus. Okay, is your seat comfy? Okay. And meanwhile, all aboard and the train's taking off. Now, okay, you make sure you have all this. Now you're on somebody else's train.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. Distraction. Here's another little points about distractions. Distractions begin as a thought. You are focused. Okay, let's just say, for the sake of argument, you know what it is that you're supposed to be doing. You are clear on your purpose.
Okay.
And so you are working your purpose, and then the thought comes, like, I wonder what it would be. You know how you see the little bubble in a cartoon? I wonder, that little, you need to cast that thought down if it's taking you off point. I wonder, and you're sitting there, In the meantime, the stove is boiling over. The thing that you're supposed to be doing, the cake in the oven, is getting burnt because you're,
Wow. That's crazy.
You're on another thought. That thought took you away. Another definition for distraction is to be drawn away in the mind.
Okay. Wow.
You just got pulled off point. One guy I was listening to this week, he said he Googled how to pickpocket.
Okay.
You know how a pickpocket works?
By distraction.
They have you look over there while they're in your pocket.
Wow.
So while you're off focus, you're losing. It's costing you.
Oh, you're being robbed.
Because you're distracted. That's 7 figures that you thought you should be making. Maybe you would make it if you weren't distracted.
And we did a whole thing on focus, remember?
Yeah.
We talked about staying focused. Distraction is just like, woo, woo, hey, look over here, party over here. Hey, y'all.
And it could be, and you know, Terry, it doesn't have to be all excitement. It just needs to be something that you really, really like to become a distraction for you.
And to you, that's like a party in your head. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it's like, oh, wow. It could be cupcakes. It could be brownies. It could be something else, but it's not the thing that you should be doing at the time, but it's something that's enjoyable to you. Oh, that's another thing. Distractions, most of them are enjoyable.
Okay.
So you don't feel like it's a distraction. You feel like, oh, this is kind of okay because it feels good.
It's sort of like a habit that you know is detrimental to you, like smoking. Okay. You don't intentionally take that cigarette and say, oh, I'm going to just, start a cancer habit. You do it because initially you thought it was relaxing. You thought it was, taking a break. It was a treat. Just, oh, I'm going to take a few moments for me and just, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
But over and over again, if it's not beneficial, it's a form of self-sabotage. It's a distraction that will lead to destruction and self-sabotage. You won't be accomplishing what you need to accomplish.
And that distraction is dangerous. That's a dangerous distraction because it's leading you down a path that you may not recover from.
And I was listening to a TED Talk this morning, and the woman was talking about self-sabotage. And she said, the reason a lot of people, let's say, for instance, somebody wants to get ahead and they start going to the gym because they're overweight. Now they're losing weight. And they realize, oh, I want to have a better life. I've got more energy. I can go for that promotion. I can, be more attractive to the people around me. But then they get in their environment, and the people in their environment haven't changed. So now they feel like, or they have changed toward them, they resent them now because they got more energy, they want to do more things. Whereas when they were lethargic, everybody was cool. You know?
You have to, I'm going to say it again, you need to move out of the neighborhood. And maybe not the physical neighborhood, but the neighborhood in your mind. You're going to need to move. Change your address. You're not going to be able to hang with those friends anymore.
Or you need to get a new set of friends. If the gym is working for you and those people have a similar mindset, maybe you need to start hanging out with some people you met at the gym. Because you know they're going to show up every day. And that's on your schedule.
The distracted, so one of the points is distracted people distract people. So if the people are distracting you from your purpose, you're going to definitely need to hang with some new people.
There you go.
You're going to have to, the first thing in a recovery for a person on drugs or whatever is get out of the environment. That's why when Teen Challenge or somebody, they sent the kids away from their neighborhood.
Okay.
You got to get out of the hood.
And you got to get a view of something different.
And you might need, and my apologies for the blower, but you might need to leave your mama's house. I'm serious. You might need to figure out a different way, even if Terry did say that, sometimes you can't leave the house, but you can go into another room, shut the door. You can go in the backyard, but you have got to change. Go to Starbucks, get you some headsets.
Go to the library. There are places that you can go. Yes, and if you can't leave, then the headset thing definitely works. And don't our kids do it all the time?
Yeah.
They put those headsets on, girl, and they're playing that game. They have left the building.
And left the building. And are not going to pay attention to you because they are locked in. So here are the remedies to distraction. Pay a little bit more attention to what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Give it a little bit more attention. Whatever you give your attention to is what you become or who you become.
Or what takes over your mind.
Exactly. So whatever you're giving your attention to, that's what you're going to expect. Expect to have whatever you're giving your whole attention to. Terry talked about practicing focus. Focus is a practice. When you are tempted to be drawn away by something else, you might have to turn the TV off because you're tempted to just go down the rabbit hole of the Real House of whoever happens to be on. You're so busy watching that train wreck happen that you can't see that you're about to wreck yourself. That's what happens with the looky-loos on the freeway. They're rubbernecking.
That's so true.
Instead of paying attention to what's happening on the road. Don't get distracted by the noise going on around you. And there is noise everywhere. So pay a little more attention to your surroundings and pay a little more attention to what's happening around you. Practice, focus, lock in. I remember I was watching the movie about Facebook and they were programming and doing something, but they were locked in and they went over to talk to the dude and he had on his headsets and he was busy doing this. He was locked in. We need more people to lock in.
Okay.
If you lock in on your business, I guarantee you're going to have more success than you think you would have had previously. It's because you're locked in and you're kind of like when they put the blinders on the horse can't see all of that. They put blinders on the horse to keep them from being distracted.
So look not to the left or the right.
Keep focused straight ahead. Locking in, one of the things I would say is deactivate your notifications. all of the little bleep, 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 bleep. There's a Facebook notice. There's a Twitter notice. There's a da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. All these notices are flying around. And, you know, when you turn on the app for the first time, we'd like to send you notifications. How about no? Which means you're going to have to be deliberate when you go in there to check notifications. So, because you do need to check your Facebook inquiries, or people looking to talk to you, or people looking to connect with you on Twitter. But like TJ says, you have a time to do that. 15 minutes in the morning. Yes, a schedule.
I'm just saying.
I agree. 15 minutes in the morning. You can ask TJ at attention necessary. Or 15 minutes in the evening. There's plans she put together. So those are the times that you go and check those notifications. There's a time where there's a book I read, never check email in the morning.
Really?
Because it'll distract you off. Oh, I need to find out why they are calling me about a domain name that's expiring and blah, blah, blah. But you're writing your book. And now you're over there trying to find out if you want to keep that domain name. And then when you get over there, you find out that you have to do something else with the hosting account. And now you're on a rabbit trail when you just didn't have to check that email that morning.
Wow.
So one email can take you someplace out where you don't want to be. Deactivate notifications. I, as a practice, do not have my ringer on my phone. I will not turn it on. I do not like being Pavlov's dog, where the bell rings and I'm like, wonder what that is. I'm not doing that. It's like, I asked one girl, she said, I am so tired. And I said, well, why don't you just take a day, turn your phone off? What? What do you mean turn my phone off? She was serious.
Listen, I was out this morning, and the guys pulled up in a truck, and the other guy's in a panic, and it turns out he'd forgotten his phone at home. You know, can we not go a couple of hours without being super connected?
You know what was good for me, Terry?
What's that?
There was I had broken my screen, I think it was, on my phone. And they said, well, we'll need to keep it overnight, or you can bring it back and, you know, wait for it. I said, let me just give it to them. And I was phoneless for about 12 hours. I was so free. I didn't miss any messages, because with an Apple product, you can always get a notification on an iPad or on your computer or something. So I really didn't miss anything. But it was freedom. I was like, oh, I could live without my phone for 12 hours. It's a practice, though. And if you got to have your phone, at least turn the notifications off. Let's see if you can go without being a, what is that Jack in the Box where you used to wind it up and the music was playing and it would pop up. That thing was a little creepy and scary at sometimes, because you never knew when it was going to pop up. You just winding it up.
Isn't it? It was startling.
Yes. And that's the same effect that I have with the phone. It is startling to have it ring. Now there are some softer tones like whatever. I don't like interruptions. So for me, I had to turn it off. I just don't like them. But I am very good about looking at my notifications. I'll pick up my phone to see if there's any text messages came in or something that needs my attention. But I do not like ringing and pinging and boinging and stuff where it jars me. It jars my peace. I don't like that. So I won't turn on my notifications. So maybe you can still have them on vibrate or something, and maybe you just deactivate them. I'm going to go in and deactivate noisy emails that are just coming in here, get something from this company, and they just keep coming in every day or whatever, and it's a distraction from my time because I have to stop and look at that email. I'm not going to do anything about it because I'm really not interested in the product that they have right at this moment, but it is still popping up in front of my face, and I'm still having to click on it or swipe it or something, which means it is a distraction. So, in the tech world, a lot of the tech people, to eliminate and save time, they have the same pants and the same shirt all the time, right?
Yes.
Well, maybe I should pare our emails down to that, where you just have emails from the people that you need to hear from, coworkers and bosses and customers.
Yes.
And put all them other emails when they want you to sign up for something that's over in someplace else that you don't even have to have coming into your space.
Is that why they have them divided by promotions, social?
And that's why Google Gmail tries to do that.
Tries to help us.
Yes. And then maybe I need to set my Gmail account to priority. What is it? Primary only? Priority only.
Oh, okay.
But it's still too much. It's like, it's just way too much, and it's coming at you, and you can't focus your attention. Like you want to write a book. I'm saying that again. You want to write a book, but you haven't sat down to write because you are distracted. Your house can be a distraction. You work from home, that can be a distraction, especially if the dishes are calling you. Oh, just take a minute and put me in, rinse me and put me in the dishwasher. 30 minutes later, 30 minutes that you could have been using to write your book, you're over there washing dishes.
Or taking care of inventory. Because, you know what I'm saying? There are things, and because you see those as menial tasks that are insignificant, but they are so important to the organization of your business, to the administration of your business, whatever, you get distracted because you're working from home. Or someone calls you. I know you're home, and I'm at the office. This is my office, people.
I like how Coach Karen
has to say that.
Yes, and you have to teach people boundaries for that. You're at home all day. Okay, no, I'm not.
I'm at the office all day.
Correct.
Just like you're calling me from your office.
Yes. Well, you had time. You could have done such and such. It just takes a minute. No. And we talked about this earlier. You can be working on something, get distracted. It's going to take you 20, 30 minutes to get back to what it is that you were trying to do.
And this is a very important conversation to me, Francie, because I am a piddler. Once I start piddling, it could be an hour, 2 hours, or maybe never that I get back to what was on my mind. Oh, this needs to be picked up, and that needs to go here, and this. You feeling me? Because
those things they probably needed to be scheduled for a different time, and maybe that's what I need to do is schedule the housekeeper to come in, so I'm not doing it.
Exactly. Now I have some friends that their housekeeper is on a schedule. They know when she's coming. You know what I mean? So yes. There are the major stuff. They know she's going to handle it. That doesn't mean stuff is laying around in the floor. No. You know what I'm saying? But the major stuff.
Like the dusting of the furniture. Because that's why they wanted you to have a clean desk. Because your eye tends to go to, I need to file that paper. Or, I need to call this person back just because the paper was sitting on the desk.
Exactly.
And it's really tempting. It is really hard. You have to practice this. You got to pay a little bit more attention to your surroundings and what you're doing. Practice your focus. Lock in on your assignment. If you're writing your book, take some time and lock in on it. Box out time, go out in the backyard where the birds are singing or something to lock in. Go to, like Terry said, go to the coffee shop and don't take anybody with you. Go to Starbucks, sit down, get you some water or coffee, and lock in on the book. Deactivate your notifications. And one thing that I heard somebody say is make up your mind.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, we are going to do this. This is mean make a decision of what is it? A committed decision, that a decision of quality, where a decision of quality is one where there is no turning back. Once you make it, you can't go back.
Oh, a commitment.
Ah, yes, a commitment. I have decided and committed to not be distracted. Okay, what do I need to do to make sure that don't happen?
You know what, Francine, when you say commitment, I think about when I was learning to drive, when I was in my teens.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother said, when you commit to an action, follow through with that action. If you're going to turn, don't change your mind in the middle of the turn. Once you commit to that thing, commit to it, unless there is some kind of life-threatening move you got to make because somebody else did something. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, but you make the commitment. Oh, follow through?
Yes. If you're committed to that turn, commit. So the person behind you is wondering in the middle of the turn, are you going to... like, whoa! Because they were thinking about coming past you because you were turning this way, and now you decided, and
it's not pretty. You just messed up everybody's situation.
You see what I mean? So here's the thing that I have to do to trick my mind, and that is when I was in the workplace on a regular basis, working for the government, I had a routine. I knew what I was going to do when I came in. I knew how I was going to set my day up. I knew when I was going to check my emails, when I was going to check my voicemail, when I was going to return calls, when I was going to work on cases. You understand what I'm saying? When I was good, this block of time, I'm setting up my schedule. Oh, I had a time on my schedule for planning.
Could it be that because you're at home, that doesn't kick in anymore?
And it's about to change.
Okay.
Because the reason why it worked was because it was written somewhere. And once I did it over and over again, then it became a habit, and I didn't have to refer to the written schedule. You understand what I mean? So
schedule could be called a written written commitment
list. Yes, these are the things that I am doing,
and this is the time that I am doing it.
And here it is, right here. So now that it's in my face, the question is, why aren't you doing that?
Because
what's up with that?
Because in the routine is the success. In the routine is the success. So if you are not doing the routine, you're probably not having the success that you want. Like showing up here Monday through Friday, that's something we have to do. It's just we have to be to that. We have committed to that. We are going to be here. If it's a holiday, we will tell you it's a holiday, but we will be here. I have to be that same way with anything that I'm doing, okay? And that is my thing for writing the book. I have books in me. I have all of the information for a book. I just have to sit down and be committed to writing it. And I think for me...
And you are a gifted writer.
For me, I have to get out of the house to do it.
And I'm more of a videographer. I can sit here and talk on video.
And you should do that.
But that is your gift. You definitely can.
And I have books in me. I just need to get them out, and I need not be distracted. That is the reason why we are talking about this today, because it is something that we are overcoming. We're not just sharing things and telling you, you need to do this and you need to do this. It's because we need to do it. And so if we need to do it, we figure other people need to do it as well. So let's just talk about it and let's clean it up.
And not only that, we know how it feels. And we understand the struggle.
Yes. And so we can all do this together. So that is why all of you people who are looking to write a book, please put that in the chat. We have people that are going to come on these Monday shows, these next 4 Mondays, to help us write.
Yes.
We're going to give you resources and tools and show you where to go so that you really do not have an excuse to write your next book.
Or publish your next article.
Or your blog post. It doesn't even need to be deep. It just needs to be done.
There's a post. It doesn't need to be deep. It needs to be done. Write that down. Oh, and remember when we were going to publish the book of BizChicks quotations?
Mm-hmm.
There's one. Put that in the book. It doesn't need to be deep. It needs to be done, guys.
So we just want to say thank you for tuning in. And we want to say thank you for giving us the opportunity to share with you, everybody watching live and on the replay. If you are in Sacramento area, today is first Monday of June, and we will be meeting over at Seasons 52 at 5 p.m. We would love for you to come in and join us. And we're going to be sharing a couple of nuggets here and there, but we're just going to be a gathering together and bring your business cards, talk about a little bit about what it is that you do. If you got events that are coming up and you want to tell somebody about it, please come. We just want to help you do business better. Build a profitable business that's fun to run. Take the hassle out of your hustle. And the way we do that is just share things like we talked about today. Eliminate self-sabotage and distraction. This is what we do for you. So if this broadcast has helped you, please say something in the chat. Sign up for our Facebook page if you are watching on any other platform. Subscribe to our YouTube page. And let us know what you want to hear about or information that you need help with. We'll be happy to go dig it up and bring people to bring that to pass for you. We want to hear about your book. So stick around with us. And Terry?
Don't forget to go to the front of your own line, guys. We love you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Bye-bye.